Hello, this is BackstreetNets again with a new tutorial, and it's been a few days since I've done my last tutorial, but before that I hadn't done a tutorial in ages. So today we are going to model a cube. Yeah, pretty much. Only it's going to be a bit more decent looking cube than that. What I want to do is do something a bit like the Portal companion cube thing. Obviously it won't look that much alike. In fact, in the pre-run, when I made it myself first, it looked nothing like the companion cube. However, having said that, it did have some similarities. Not many, but some. Anyway, less talking, more modeling. So first thing I want to do is W, subdivide. I'm going to subdivide it 3 times. Okay. Then I'm going to press Shift A and add another cube. Scale that up like that. I'm going to press 5. And the way it is now looks fine. I'm going to press W, subdivide that only once. Okay. So now I'm going to go into front view, and I'm going to press Control R there, Control R there. In fact, I'm just going to W subdivide it 3 times as well. Now I'm going to turn this on, and I'm going to change this to edge, and then I'm going to Alt and right click G, X, and just move it over like that. Same thing with that one. G, X, and put it into position. Now I'm going to select that one, move that down the Z axis, select that one. Okay, go to side view, do the same. Okay, and yep, that's all of them. Okay, next, I don't have this turned on. I have it turned off. Actually, it doesn't matter whether it's turned on or off. I'm going to go into face select mode, press Alt, and select that. Shift Alt, select that. Shift Alt, select that. Shift Alt and select that. And 2 more. For God's sake. There we go. And I'm going to press X, delete vertices. Oh, sorry. X, delete faces. Now I'm going to go into vertex mode. Press Z, select that. Shift select that. Select all the corners. And at the moment I have 4 selected. There's another one. Oh. That's 8 selected. Good. I'm going to press X. Delete vertices. Yeah, so now it's all deleted. And you should probably be able to see what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to press L, near vertex L, and just select all the floating parts. Just my mouse over it and press L. And now I'm going to press Shift and right click on the center vertices to deselect them. meaning only the outside is selected. Okay, finally I'm going to press Alt and Shift and right click there, right click there. I'm going to hold Alt and Shift and right click. Okay, well, I'm going to click right click, but you know, you get the idea. Okay, that's all of them. W, Loop Tools, Bridge. Okay, that worked fine, except on two of them. Wait, yeah, I forgot one edge. Probably why. Okay, worked fine, except on one. So let's solve that out. I'm going to go to face select modes like that. And just holding down Shift and selecting them all. Oops. Faces. And just select all those in W, Bridge. Twist one. Why is it like that? I don't know. I don't know if it's normals or something. But anyway. So if you don't have W Loop Tools Bridge, you just go to User Preferences, Add-ons, and just look up Loop Tools. It should be there. Okay. Yeah, so now front view again. I am going to... Okay, now I'm going to press Shift and Alt. In fact, do you know what I'm going to do? Going to go into face select mode, press Z so it's see-through. Just like that. And just like that. And press B and middle mouse button clicking down instead of left click or right button or right click, and just deselect that. Go to side view and deselect that as well. So now only the outside parts are selected. And press P to separate and selection. Okay. Now going to Alt and right click, just like that. Shift Alt, just like that. I'm going to select all four on there, and those two, because I want I'm going to unwrap this now. So just go mark seam, and the way I unwrap it, it'll turn out like a box wrapped out. If you did geometry, you know that the net of a box is something like a cross, if you know what I mean. What's that? I've never seen that one before. Anyway, I want to go to UV editing, unwrap, and it's not like the normal one because there are some vertices missing because of these boxes. So there should be a full one there like that, just across like that. So there should be another few faces there, 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 there. You get the idea. Now, just going to go back to default. I'm going to go to materials, add a new material. Don't need that one. I'm going to turn that down. I added a new material because if I hadn't, they would have both, this and this would have both been exactly the same. We don't want that. We want to leave that one the way it is. Okay, so now I'm going to press Shift A and I'm going to add a circle. Okay, tab, I'm going to side view, rotate it 90 degrees, bring it out like that, turn this off. Now scale it down until it fits, and that's good enough. Another thing I like to do is move it in closer. Okay, now I'm going to go back into vertex mode, because I like vertex mode. E, S, to scale it in a little bit like that. Then press Ctrl R and add a loop cut through there. Move that loop cut back a bit, like that. Now I'm going to add a loop cut there and another one like actually I'm going to turn this back on. Press Ctrl R, add a loop cut there. Change that back to increment. So now doesn't seem to make any difference. Okay, just leave it the way it is then. I can't do that. Doesn't look very good. I kind of just moved it along 5 times to see how it looked. It works usually, but I guess it's just cause it's not at a straight angle, maybe. Anyway, okay, going to select that, press E, move it on the Z axis like that. Oh yeah, so increment turned on. Don't need that turned on anymore. S, Z, 0. That did absolutely not. No, it did. Okay, never mind. Going to do the same thing on the bottom there. On the x-axis. Move it out a bit further. S, X, 0. Okay. Now I'm going to select that and shift select that, Alt M, so that it's like that. Now I'm going to select that edge there, turn this back on and just move it down so it comes in line with that edge there. Now it may look ugly, but just bear with me for a second. Do the same thing there. Select that edge there. And there we go. Now, I'm going to select all of that and all of that and get rid of it. Okay, now I'm going to select, no, now I'm going to add the mirror modifier. Going to add it on the X, Y, and Z axis. What I'm also going to do is shade smooth. However, now it doesn't look as good. What I'm going to do is add an edge split modifier. So now these sides are not smooth, but this part is not, and that's the way I want it. Okay, that looks okay. Now I am going to add UV sphere. You can keep the settings if you want. Oh yeah, turn this off again. Rotate it 90 degrees and press Z and just get rid of all of that. Go back into front view, press Z, select everything, scale it down like that till it's about right. Now, press Shift D and I'm going to turn back on increment and G there like that. And just place them wherever you want, but only in that corner. Okay, I think that's all the ones I want. Last thing I want to do is just select this one, get rid of all of that, and get rid of all of that. Yeah. So just gonna select that, turn on clipping, and then select that, and add exactly same modifier. So that's how it's going to look. Good. Alright. I'm going to select everything, just move it back. Oh yeah, turn off increment. Actually, I'm just going to move it a second. Because now, I'm going to do the final thing. That is add a UV sphere again, tab, rotate 90 degrees, move that out, and get rid of exactly the same only on the other side. Okay, exactly the same amount only on the other side, yeah. Now, I'm going to select it, scale it out, like so, only make it thinner, so along the y-axis. Move it out a little bit like that. Okay, good. Set to smooth shading. Set that to smooth shading as well. And I think that's it. No, just move that in a bit closer. And move that in a bit closer as well. Okay, now, if you're happy with it, wait, just add mirror modifier, turn off X, turn on Y, like that. Okay. Now, once you're happy with it, you just select that, and shift select that, and shift select that. No, just select that first, actually. This time I'm going to press Alt D, and it's like Shift D, only I'm going to press R, Z, 90, and I'm going to press, wait, Alt D again, R, Y, 90. The only difference between using this and using Shift D is that if you change the settings in this, it'll change in that in the duplicates as well. So see, there. See, it was like that. Now, I'm going to do the same thing with those. So, Alt D, R, Z, 90, Alt D, R, Y, 90, and finally with that, Alt D, R, Z, 90, Alt D, R, Y, 90. Okay. I think that's everything. Now, all we need to do is hide those. Select everything. Shift select the box and go to bake in this tab. Change that to normals and select it to active. Make sure that's tangent and bake. Oh yeah. Go to UV editing. Press tab. Add a new 1024 by 1024 is fine. And just I'll just add properties panel here. Bake. It's loading. First thing you notice is this. Now you may be thinking, what the hell is that? I'll explain to you in a sec. Okay, what normal maps are is they project high detail, all the features of a high detailed model onto a low poly model. And so you can use that for this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make it look like all these nuts and bolts are on this with a bit of a curve, as only it doesn't have much of a curve. It's actually just these panels that are round, and so it looks rounded even though it's not. It's completely flat and it doesn't have any bolts, and it doesn't have this design on it either. However, it will look like that. But if you look at that, you don't see much. You see some variation in color, but you aren't even sure what it is. First thing you need to know about normal maps is that they should look bluey, and they should be bluey and pinky colors. These are green and yellow, so there's something wrong with them already. And also the second thing is you don't see any of these details, so we'll solve that problem out first. This is distance. I'm going to make that 400. I don't know much about the distance, but anyway, change the bias to 1. I'm not sure what that does either. I know that these are for different things, but the only one you'll ever really have to worry about is tangent. Okay, now bake again. Okay, there we go. Now, as you can see, the blue ones, you can see blue and purple on these bolts, which means they're okay. Okay, these and these are not. So I'm going to just press tab. I'm going to select everything. I'm going to click normals, flip direction. I'm going to select these, select everything, and normals, flip direction as well. Now it will have done that for all of these models because I pressed Alt D instead of Shift D. So if I render it again or bake it again, alright, yeah. Select everything, Shift select the middle cube. So that's the active object. It's baking. There we go. And now it looks good. Okay. See, the normals were facing in the wrong direction, and that's why it turned yellow, and it wasn't supposed to. Now, I'm just going to select that, shift select that, and select everything, shift select that, and then shift select it again. Right. Select everything, press C, okay, select everything, but don't select those, so right click on it twice, same thing for those. Okay. Down I press caps lock. Oh my god. Okay, that's better. Now I'm going to go back into default. I'm going to go to texturing, and that's what it looks like so far. Looks First thing I want to do is add some more lights. Add a point light. Move it there. Add another one. Move it there. Another one, and there. So now it's pretty much lit up everywhere. Just go to front view, Control Alt Numpad 0. scale out a bit. There we go. So now if we render it, press F12. First thing you'll notice is all these things are in front. So we'll just press Alt H. Shift select the camera to deselect and that, and move them out of the way. So now we press F12 again. There's nothing. So scroll across. I'm gonna go to Image or Movie and select the untitled one. Turn on UV. Go down. I want to turn off color. Turn on normal. It's the N under geometry. So now, if we press F12, voila. However, we're in textured mode and we can't see like that. So to change that, we are going to go to display. Yeah. And I'm going to change it to GLSL shading. And there you go. As you can see, it looks okay, but it looks very pixelated. And that's just the resolution of the texture. And you're thinking, oh, well that's annoying. How do we change that? What I'm going to do is I'm going to rebake it. So I'm going to select all of those and I'm going to press Alt G to move them back into position. Don't press Alt R or you'll clear the rotation. Just Alt G. And first thing we can do is make the texture bigger. So we'll do that. Press 2048 by 2048. Press OK. Press Shift and select that. Tab. Move it on to the new one. OK. And bake. And it bakes it again. But even still, if you're looking close, it's better, but still not very good. How do we improve this? The answer is surprisingly simple. If you notice, all of these squares are exactly the same. And if we move this out, it'll just repeat it from the other side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to scale it up. And just grab it. Turn on that. Okay, just move it over. Okay, GY. GX. Scale it in a tiny little bit. Okay. And now let's bake it again. There, it looks a lot better. Now, if we press tab and just select those, move those out of the way. Okay, go into front view and turn on textured. Okay, that's the way it looks. Wait. Oh yeah, now I know why. To put that to untitled 0.001. Okay. Going a little bit closer. And you can see it looks a lot more detailed. Now if this was in game you wouldn't notice much difference. So there's no point going any more detail than that. Even that I would say the resolution of the texture is too high. Okay, now I'm going to select all the lights and get rid of them. Just got one left. And I'll show you what exactly normal maps are. Oops. Going to grab it, press G, to move it across. And you can see the not the textures, the shadows change even though it's only a texture. But that is the beauty of using normal maps. If I just wanted a projection of what I saw, then I would have used probably an ambient occlusion map. But normal maps bring out shadow as well. And it's really, really useful. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I will be making some more. But until then, oh yeah. Okay, but until then, au revoir.